road trip today. We're heading M4 towards Wales. I've got the caravan on the back. I've got Asia, my station security manager, on the back seat. She's coming with me on this trip. We're going to do one, maybe 2 nights away, operating portable. I don't know if the camera's picking it up. If you can hear a bit of a rattling in the back, that's the sound of antennas. So what we're going to do, last time I went to this location, I set up a quarter wave for 40 metres, and this campsite is right on the coast. I absolutely love it because it's quite a big field. It's usually fairly quiet and it's right on the coast, so probably no more than a quarter of a mile from the coast, if that, about 100 metres up in the air on top of the cliffs. So absolutely brilliant location for radio. If you've ever operated near the coast, you'll know that salt water gives your signal a nice boost as well. And like I say, last time I ran a quarter wave vertical for 40 metres, and I was talking to the Americans on 5 watts. It was absolutely awesome fun. So I wondered though what would happen if I ran a half wave vertical there, because a half wave has lower takeoff angle than a quarter wave. And that's exactly what I want, because you think about what I'm trying to do. I want to launch my signal straight off the cliffs at the lowest angle possible. I want it to go straight over the top of Ireland, which is about 80 miles away, up to the ionosphere, bounce back down, and 1, maybe 2 skips, and hopefully land somewhere in America. So that's what we're going to try and do today. Obviously a half-wave vertical for 40 isn't going to be all that practical, because that's 20 metres tall. I can't really set up a 20 metre vertical in someone else's campsite. So we're going to do this on 20 metres. So let's see how many contacts we can make to America with a halfway vertical on 20 metres. That's the challenge for today. Right, 4-hour drive later, I'm here, and let me just get the other camera and show you around, because the views here are absolutely spectacular. I'm sure you can see why I'd want to come and operate 20 metres from here. Lovely sight, and right next to the sea, right on the cliffs here. So should be really good for 20 metres, and fingers crossed, good hopes for getting to America with this. So what I've got my 12 metre spider beams mast here. Got my 10 metre long element, or roughly 10 metre long, running up the mast, tuned to the 20 metre band. Got my 49:1 transformer down here, and there you go, there's my radiating element, comes in there. Transformer feeder cable goes out into the caravan, and earth wire comes out here, and got a spike in the ground there, and little counterpoise there. Now there's a bit of debate over counterpoises. A lot of people say you don't need a counterpoise for a half wave, which may be true if you're running QRP, because there's so little power it doesn't matter. But if you don't have a counterpoise, what will actually happen is the feeder cable will use the outer sheath, so your feeder cable will effectively become your counterpoise on the braiding. And if you're running higher power, sort of 50, 100 watts, there's a risk of getting a bit of an RF burn off the radio. So we don't want any RF burns today. So I've put a counterpoise on there and an earth spike, and most of the textbooks will tell you around about 0.05 of a wavelength, which 20 metres is what, about 1 metre-ish. So I've got, well, this is, I don't know, probably just over a metre and a half, 2 metres, something like that. So I've already had the antenna analyzer on it, and absolutely perfect. 1.2:1 on the SSB portion of the band, which is the section I want to use, and 1.3:1 across the entire band. So perfectly workable, absolutely spot on if I decide to do a bit of FT8 later on as well. So enough talking, time to get this thing on the air, I think. Right, so if I turn this on and I'll show you the SWR. Now I did pre-tune this antenna at home in my back garden before bringing it out here, so I knew it was going to be more or less in the right ballpark. Obviously, you know, various factors affect the tuning, any metal objects surrounding the antenna, etc, etc. So I expected to have to tweak it a little bit, but looking at it, it's actually spot on. So if we start right down the bottom of 14 megahertz, the 20 meter band, just over 1.2, about 1.3, go up and back up to 1.3 at the top of the band. So around about the SSB portion, which is where I want to use it, we're down to 1.2, so that is pretty much spot on. What about if I want to do FT8 a bit later on, say 14074? Yeah, we're still on 1.3, so that's absolutely perfect. So we'll be good with that. Mike Whiskey Zero Golf Quebec Charlie Portable.
Mike Whiskey Zero Golf Quebec Charlie Portable. Good afternoon, thank you for the call. Your signal report is 5-8 and the name is Igor, Italy Golf Oscar Radio, QSL.
QSL Igor, thank you for the 5.8. You're 5.9 with me, 5.9, and just running 10 watts here portable. I'm on the Welsh coast, right on top of the cliffs, so hopefully the salt water has given me a bit of a boost. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you for the nice report. Your 10 watts copied very solid here. My antenna is beaming to you now, 4 element about 27 meters up over the ground, and the power amplifier about 500 watts output. Thank you for the shot contact, 73, good luck, and
Whiskey Zero Golf Queen Charlie Portable, Roger.
Roger, you're 5 and 8. 58 with me, 5 and 8, over.
Roger, thank you for 58. Nice to hear you, sir. What is your name for the log, please?
Name this way is James. Juliet Alpha Mike Echo Sierra. James is the name, over.
Okay, Jim, nice to hear you, sir. Thank you for the call and to catch you again. Mike Whiskey Zero Golf Queen Charlie Portable. This is HD1LG. Thank you, sir. Right. James, I got the 5 and 5. James, the name,
Roger, that's correct. James is the name. Running 100 watts into a half-wave vertical, over.
Fantastic job, James. I'm working lots of stations running half-wave verticals and dipoles and 100 watts and QRPs and things tonight. Incredible evening for propagation. James, a fantastic signal from you considering what you're running out there. Running here a kilowatt into a 6-element tri-bander up at 25 meters,
Roger. Well, I'm located right on the coast, on the cliffs, about 100 meters above the water, less than a quarter of a mile from the water. So hopefully that salt water is giving me a nice boost. Go ahead.
It's certainly helping, James, because you are, it's a decent QSO we're having. It's not like I'm struggling so badly I can't copy you like one or two other QRP stations. You're putting in a respectable signal, and given conditions on the band, which don't look great, you should be very proud of yourself, James. It's a really good job you're doing to yourself.
Okay, well, thank you for the compliments there. It's a bit of an experiment, this. First time I've run a half-wave vertical on 20, so I figured I'd take it to the seaside and give it a go and see what happens. And as you say, it appears to be doing a good job there. So I won't hold it. It sounds like you've got others calling you, so thank you for the contact there, Rob, and best 7.3s.
Well, thank you so much for the contact, James. Really, lots and lots of weak stations. It shows the band is not in the poor condition I thought it was, and you really are doing an excellent job with it. So congratulations, mate. I hope you work a lot of DX with that antenna. It is most certainly working well. It's a long, long way from the UK to the cliffs above the Atlantic Ocean in the UK. 7.3, James. All the best. Stay safe and good DX, mate. That is one Oscar Papa Bravo.
Well, that was interesting. The antenna worked quite well, but it didn't do what I expected it to do. Now, I thought logically I come here to the west coast, as far west as I can go, more or less. on top of a cliff. I've got a load of salt water over there, and you carry on going, you end up in America. So I came here with the ambition of getting some US states in the logbook that I wouldn't otherwise have got. What actually happened is most of my signal went that way, and I ended up well, I got what we got in the log. Got Saudi Arabia, South Africa, Greece, Algeria. So most of my signal ended up in the Middle East. So not what I expected. I can't say I'm disappointed with that, because there's a few countries in there that I wouldn't have otherwise got. I did a whisper test, and I'll put the screenshot from that in the video for you later. I'll edit it in later on. But the whisper test seemed to indicate most of my contacts in America, which is interesting. So what I actually experienced in the whisper test don't tie up. Now, in all fairness, I did do the whisper test a couple of hours after playing with SSB, so the band could have changed slightly in that time. But either way, a lot of fun, had a whale of a time, and halfway vertical antenna, if you can get one up, well worth it. Give it a go. Thank you for watching. If you like what I do, please click the thumbs up button. It lets me know that I'm heading in the right direction with the channel and gives me the confidence to keep doing what I'm doing. Don't forget to click the subscribe and also the bell button to be notified when I upload new content. If you don't like what I'm doing, feel free to click the thumbs down button. Just tell me why in the comments below. I welcome your feedback, and constructive criticism will help me to improve the channel. Take care, and I hope you will catch me in the next video.